Hello and welcome back to An Old Man Watches, where today I'm going to be talking about the 1977 telemovie Good Against Evil, which may be the most blandly generic title possible, this side of literally calling your film something like motion picture. And in the film, we meet Jessica Gordon, a 22-year-old woman who seems to lead a charmed life. While in design school, an anonymous benefactor arranges for her to have her own show, for instance, and she now earns her living doing exactly what she loves. It's almost like she has a guardian angel, or a guardian fallen angel. Jessica, you see, has been earmarked as the consort of the demon Astaroth, and he is the one ensuring her smooth and orderly progress through life. Well, there's one exception. Any man in whom she shows a romantic interest quickly meets a sticky end. It's probably no surprise then that Jessica is initially very unwelcoming of the advances of Andy Stewart, but he eventually wins her over. Astaroth's attempt to deal with Andy in the same way as Jessica's previous paramours fails, so the demon decides to simply hypnotise Jessica into forgetting the last 2 years and whisk her off to the other side of the country. And then to make sure Andy is distracted, he possesses the daughter of one of Andy's former lovers and makes her have an accident. Andy rushes off to help the woman, but the plan backfires on Astaroth because in the process he meets a priest who recognises the signs of demonic activity. The pair resolve to work together to help first this woman's daughter and then Jessica herself. This film was the pilot for what looks like it would have basically been The Exorcist the series, only with a much more forgettable title. I know licensing the Exorcist name would have been too expensive, but I mean, come on, how can you cast an actor with the wonderful moniker of Dak Rambo and then not feel inspired to come up with a better name for your film, and presumably your planned television series, than the one used here? But a bad title does not automatically mean a bad movie, right? Well, not automatically, but alas, much as the pitch of Supernatural, but in the 1970s, sounds like it would be right up my alley, Good Against Evil wanders pretty far astray of what I'd hoped to see from such a show. So, let's talk about a few of the ways in which this film falls short. And the first thing I'm going to do is have to spoil some aspects of the ending, so consider yourself forewarned about what will happen if you keep listening. First, and perhaps most critically, this movie is hampered by its origin as a pilot for a proposed ongoing series. That means it offers no real closure of the main conflict that it establishes, Astaroth's plans for Jessica. That whole scenario does not progress any further than what I outlined in my partial plot summary. Andy and his priestly pal do help out his old flame, relieving her daughter of demonic possession, but that's very much a secondary concern to both sides. After it's done, though, the movie is essentially over. All that remains is a short sequence where the two men get into a car together with plans to drive across the country and find Jessica. Now, no doubt, if the program had actually gone to series, it would have been something like The Fugitive in structure. The do-gooders turn up in a new place, help resolve some local issue, in this case, presumably a supernatural critter of some kind, and then move on in pursuit of their supposedly vital but actually interminable, postponable true objective. And look, if well executed, that's probably something I would have watched. But it means that as a standalone film, which is what this turned out to be, you're very much left without any sense of closure. And also, to be honest, it's not that well executed in the first place. The evil in Good Against Evil is conspicuously toothless and ineffectual. Astaroth blithely overlooks simple and obvious solutions to his problems, preferring much more complex ones that smack of something hinky is going on and ultimately lead to the good guys getting on his trail. I mean, really, one attempt to knock off Andy fails, he gives up on the whole idea and pulls this amnesia plus possession boondoggle instead. I mean, surely there were much less extravagant and contrived plans he could have undertaken, ones that are much more likely to be effective, given how unlikely it seems that Andy would decide, oh well, I spent a few days helping out an old flame, so now I should give up on the woman I have been pursuing ardently for several months. Of course, there are better plans that Astaroth could have come up with, but he can't use them because then he would win. In trying to present Astaroth as a major threat, the script has fallen into the trap of making his abilities and resources so potent, compared to those of the heroes, that he has to adopt suboptimal, even counterproductive plans for the heroes to have any chance of success. The film's not called Good Gets Stomped by Evil in the Show's Over, after all. The problem is that Astaroth's ineffectuality robs him of any real sense of menace and the show of what little tension it has managed to build, which isn't much, to be honest. So, Do I have anything nice to say about this movie? No, not really. If you've seen a few of my videos, that may be a surprise. That question is often the lead into me finding something to praise about the project, even if it's only faintly. Not this time. This is simply not very good on any level. It's not hard to see why it did not get picked up to go to series. Literally about the only positive thing I can say is that it gave Kim Cattrall a paycheck. So instead, let's end this video with one more way in which the movie falls down, which is its hero. This is a nearly 50-year-old film at this point, and Andy's pursuit of Jessica, which was probably intended to communicate, see how much he loves her, isn't he a great guy, instead comes across more as, wow, this guy's a bit of a stalker. Jessica may need to speak to the police. I'm sure that's not the intent, but it's definitely how it feels from a more modern viewpoint. This is a supposed horror film with no actual thrills or tension. The movie's big dun 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 moment is to show us a black cat watching Andy. Ooh, so scary. You can safely skip this particular struggle of good against evil. Next time, something that's actually good. Pixar's delightful 2008 offering WALL-E. But that's next time. Until then, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you've seen today's movie, let me know if you actually found something to like about it.